What's going on, everybody? I'm Stubbs. There's no Damien tonight. He's off chasing Raven in a field because Raven's trying to get back into the RH compound, apparently. It's a whole long story. We'll get into it later. And this is Retro Handhelds Weekly, your number one source for retro news. In today's number one thing, we have the AYN Loki is real. This is the AYN Loki Max. This is coming out way faster than I thought. I assumed Q3, Q4 this year, but it's totally coming out Q1. Different from the earlier renders. It's wider, but it looks cool, right? It still has that light up LED rings. The shoulder buttons look good. I really hope that screen is possibly an OLED. That would be neat. It's chunkier than I remember it, to fit that big battery. But I don't think there's any other big spec differences or any differences to note of. We still have that side lighting, of course. The TF card is in the bottom versus the Odin had it in the top. We have 3.5-inch millimeter headphone jack if you want headphones, which is still great that they're doing that. Volume up and down is up top here. Yeah, so this is real. She thick, right? Now, I was talking to Russ in Vegas about this, and he's like, you know what? That looks much more comfortable like this. This is the way it probably should be. Look at the Steam Deck, right? The Steam Deck has those big bump outs. It's the AYANEO Air has bigger bump outs like this. Makes it more comfortable. And so these changes really seem to be for the better. The aesthetic, not as pretty as it was before, but this is more realistic because you got to fit those parts in. I would rather have breathing room for the parts than have it get super hot and be super thin and sleek or modern, whatever. Playing Elden Ring on a setting of 15 watts TDP, they can swap it between 15, 20, and 28 watts. That's really cool. They've been posting just a bunch of videos to their channel in the last week or so, showing off things like Cyberpunk and Forza Horizon, Genshin Impact. I really was hoping they'd show some emulation benchmarks, but nothing yet. I think they're really tailoring this again to the PC gamer, which makes sense since it's a Windows handheld. But the AYN Loki has always been this intriguing idea. I dropped my pre-order because there was just no news. Go to the link in our description, aYNTech.com. Now is the time where I recommend a pre-order because there's actually traction, real things happening. Now is the time where I feel more comfortable. I probably will back the white one just in case there's a glossy finish to it. Just in case. Although there is a vinyl sticker, so that's good. So $25. How can you go wrong? Not only that, okay, good job AYN, by the way. But did you know that there is a new iteration of the Miyoo Mini coming out? That's right, there's a Miyoo Mini Plus coming out. We all love the little guy here. So cute. What if you made it just a little bit bigger? Most people would say, well, that's just the Anbernic RG35XX. Well, you'd be wrong, because this looks like the 35XX, but it's actually just a little smaller still. The back looks good. So here you can have L1 and R1, which look very, very similar to the 35XX, but then L2 and R2 looks a little more ergonomic. It doesn't come out all the way. It's a little bit raised up a bit for the bump out there. It looks more comfortable. Other than that, it looks the same. Now, Miyoo did say that the shell is going to be black for the first run. They're just going to release the transparent black color. But God, if the buttons are the same size, that's all going to be drop-in parts. All the mods that you've already been doing to these things will just carry over. The only thing that would be different, of course, is anything you want to do to the screen and the if you want to do like a skin on the front. So that's going to be different size. So give the shops some time to get those ready. But other than that, Lados here asked, same hardware, no changes. And they said in Spanish, well, the screen's going to be a bit bigger and we're adding Wi-Fi. And I'm like, what? You're adding Wi-Fi? How long have I been saying now? A year, 2 years? Like, this is an awesome product. Why didn't we ever get Wi-Fi? Take this, give it Wi-Fi so we can do retro achievements. And it's like, oh, it's so good. Miyoo Mini plus Wi-Fi plus bigger screen, maybe more vibrant colors. I'm sold. Under $100, I'm sold. I'm excited for this. We should have a unit on the way soon. Until then, keep retro. I know they have some that are going to be coming in stock. I know that the devices are shipping out to reviewers. I know that devices are in the hands of developers already, and they've known about this for a while. And now you might say, well, they've already they're just copying the 35XX. No, I don't know. They have been planning this for quite a while, and all of a sudden there's a rush of news about it, and it's coming out, I'm pretty sure, very, very shortly here. So just stay tuned, and we will be covering and giving you all the details. Not only that, Retroid Pocket, of all companies, I never thought they would. I've always joked maybe they'd release a clamshell and give me a GPD XD2. But no, Retroid took up the mantle. And I thought this was just a rumor. We all did. But apparently there's some legitimacy to the fact that Retroid Pocket is making a clamshell device. Lay in our Discord here said, I just asked a Retroid employee and got a positive answer. He said, yes, it's in our plans to make a clamshell. Keep an eye out for it after Chinese New Year. So, beginning of February, keep your eye out. Maybe we will get a real clamshell from Retroid. That brings some legitimacy, and that's very exciting. The face buttons look good. The joysticks look like they're slider joysticks from like the 3D rocker joystick on the 3DS. In which case, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad at all. I don't think they're clickable. I doubt there's L3, R3 on it, but maybe there's some dedicated buttons on the side here that could be L3, R3, or it's more likely volume up and down. Looks like we have some possible stacked shoulders back there. Those look like switches and clickable. And D-pad and face buttons, I'm sure if this is a render that, they'll have what's on the RP3 Plus. Power-wise, this isn't any better than the RP3 Plus, I heard. This supposedly is just going to be the 3 Plus in a clamshell form. Screen, I have no idea. But this apparently is real. We've been wanting something. We've been wanting something different than the X18S. The X18S is the most powerful clamshell currently in Android, but it's not the best. And the GPD XD Plus is my current favorite handheld that's a clamshell, and it's aging, and it's not playing GameCube and PS2, Switch games, and so we need something on the market that actually cares about the clamshell users. Affectionately, I've been calling this the Clamboy, but that's just my cute nickname. No, really, it's called the Retroid Clamboy until they prove otherwise and call it something else. But I mean, look at that. Look at that form factor, man. Thin screen. You're always going to have issues with the hinge on these clamshells, but so just make sure you buy extra parts for when you have to repair it. But I don't even care because this is awesome. 3.5 millimeter out. Got probably the power button there. A little bit of fan ventilation, so maybe there's some active cooling going on. Again, it does look like it has the classic Retroid stacked shoulders. I want this. I like this. Retroid the clamshell guys, bring the Clamboy to market. Your boy Stubbs wants to see what's up. Just a little bit of custom firmware news to wrap us out tonight. Black Seraph, Magical Unicorn Man, making changes all the time to his GarlicOS for the 35XX. Now he says, hey, you want to use one SD card, save the environment, save your wallet, buy one SD card, put it in your Miyoo Mini, swap it over to your 35XX, and it's going to be no problem. No problem. The file structures will work, be compatible. You can use one ROM set on one SD card in multiple devices. I have recommended this in the past, and that's what I do myself personally, is I have 5 or 6 micro SD cards that I have. One for my higher end Android devices that I just swap between. One for the lower tier devices, maybe a particular Linux operating system on a few of them. Definitely, and then exFAT and NTFS drives for Windows and x86 handhelds. And just cut down on that. You don't need to buy an SD card for every device that you have. You just don't. But if you are, use the affiliate link in our description, of course. I mean, come on. What is this? Got to shill something. It's been a while since I shilled the merch store, too. We still have t-shirts. I'm wearing one. We have other stuff, too, but this thing. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Might Game. Yeah, that's right. I got Chester Cheetah. Look at that. My wife got me for Christmas the Cheeto duster machine. You put Cheetos in there and it turns the Cheeto dust. And you can sprinkle the Cheeto dust onto your food or your handhelds or your controllers. So Cheeto Steve Rom Gnome, live with me now. It's no big deal. All right, moving on to other stuff. Last item of the day, we got JelOS from Fute. That is now on multiple handhelds, really with a new focus on Windows handhelds. They said, we're not working on Anbernics anymore. They are working on the Anbernic 1600, of course, because it's x86. So a big focus lately has been on the AYANEO line of devices. They've added devices like the Geek and the Retro Power. That's great. Supporting 3DS and Wii U emulation now. I was telling Fute, like, dude, we got to get Wii U on this, and he did it immediately. That's amazing. Always making good things. We are super stoked. Other than that, it's been a good start to 2023. Damien will be dropping by from time to time, but we're going to make this a more efficient, shorter show. So I really want to deliver news to you, skipping some of the banter, and just let's give that to you as purely as possible. And then you can move on with your day and do something else. That will do it for us this week. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. If you enjoyed your weekly recap of retro news, stay with us. We are here almost every week. This has been RH Weekly, and this has been Stubbs. Take care of your handhelds, everybody, and just take care of each other. We'll see you next time.